So as you guys know, aside from the normal knife videos that I'm doing, I'm trying to branch out a little bit into other types of kitchen equipment, kitchen utensils, kitchen cookware. And one of the things that a lot of people have been asking me about is the best griller or electric griddle, panini press, whatever you want to call it, electric grill. And above and beyond in terms of anything you could get, this is 150% my favorite. I thought I would make a quick video explaining it, talking about it, giving you an idea of why it's my favorite, and sort of moving forward from there. So the electric grill, or the panini press, or whatever you want to call it, electric griddle, is like one of the most, I think, produced pieces of cookware that you can possibly purchase. Lots of different brands make it, lots of different brands have their own little spin on it. You have the George Foreman grill, you have panini presses, you have electric grills, you have electric griddles, you have electric fry pans, all this different stuff. And for the most part, they range from being crazy, crazy expensive, like All-Clad makes one that's pretty much just an electric pan for like $400, down to super cheap, like $10 pharmacy, you buy them in the pharmacy, just like really, really crappy electric panini press grill things. And then you have things like the $40 George Foreman grill, which was like the original, I want to say. And they all have their pros and cons, and they're all sort of good at doing some things and really, really terrible at doing most things. The reason I like this is that it's pretty much everything you could want, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But at the same time, it's really, really amazing at all of the things that it does. So let's get into it. As you can see, let me quickly unlock it. So that's actually a quick thing that I'll mention. Let me lift it up. It has a locking mechanism. It has this sort of stepped thing going on here that I'll explain in a little bit. So I'm just gonna unlock it. There we go. It's hard to see what I'm doing. There we go. And a couple of quick notes. First and foremost, you'll realize that it has this really, really heavy-duty looking grilling surface. And the interesting thing about the grilling surface is that it is actually, first off, reversible. So both sides have this flat surface and they have this grill surface. You can either grill things or you can use it on the flat side. And interestingly enough, the heating elements are actually, let's see if you can see it here, inside the entire piece. So the heat's actually getting directly injected into this piece of aluminum, versus a lot of times you have the heating element under it and it's just sort of radiating heat into the heating element. So you get a much more intense heat, much more controlled heat, much better heat off the bat by having this sort of system they have in place. Second off, it's super easy to switch around. As you saw, it's very easy to take apart, and bam, now it's the grill mode. Washing it's very simple too. They're dishwasher safe, they're non-stick, you can use them in your sink, you can completely submerge these grill pieces in water. It's fine. There we go, now it's locked. Another interesting thing is that it has an integrated drip tray down here in the bottom. And it's very easy to put in and take out. So you don't need to worry about anything getting anywhere. And the oils actually pour out from the bottom, not from the side, so they're completely out of your way. I know the George Foreman and a lot of other grills, when you're using it, the oil pours out of the side right here, or out of the side right here, and it ends up being in your way while you're working with it. With this, you don't have that same problem. Next interesting piece is that aside from being two independent cooking surfaces, you can actually control the heat on the cooking surfaces individually. So you can make one side up to 450 and the other side as low as, I believe, 200 or so. But the end result is that you can really, really control what you're doing. So let's say you're trying to make an open-faced tuna melt. You can have a higher heat on the bottom and then a lower heat on the top to melt the cheese. And because of this little stepped area right here, let me show you. There you go. You don't actually need to have the top touching it. You can rest it right above it so it's not touching, crank this up to 450, and have radiating heat hitting the top of it, melting cheese, searing things, whatever you want to, whatever you want to do. Speaking of searing, the other reason I really, really like this, it has an actual sear mode. So you can make each of these individually or both of them at the same time, hit 500 degrees, it'll preheat itself, you put the food on there, and it'll sear the heck out of whatever you're doing on there. You'll get a great Maillard reaction. because it has all of these little holes to sort of get the oils away from it, you actually manage to get a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful char, a beautiful crust on it without burning it, because it's such a controlled heat, like I said, because of the integrated heating element. And then another great thing about this is, as you know, you have the griddle surface, but you're also able to turn this into a full-on, you know, flat laying grill. Oh, there we go. Oh, I messed that up. There we go. For safety reasons, you can't take it out, obviously, when it's laying down. So if you wanted, let's say you want to grill something, but then also toast some buns, you can do that very, very easily, just like this. Toast the buns here, grill a burger here. You can make both sides if you wanted a griddle. And you can see how easy it is to do all of this. It's super, super easy, super, super easy to clean, super easy to use. The Nonstick Surface is actually phenomenal. I use it to make pancakes, I use it to make fish, I use it to make lots of different things, especially when I'm just trying to quickly get things out the door. And it works great. You know, you can take this apart after you're done. And the interesting thing is, because of the way this is all set up, no oil gets anywhere on here. A long, long, long time ago, I had a little George Foreman grill, and oil would be pouring off the sides, pouring on the front. When it would sizzle, it would throw oil onto the controls and whatnot. It was a hassle. With this, you just take this out, clean it, remove both of these, clean it, and then put them back on, and it's like nothing ever happened. Finally, the thing that I really, really like about this, aside from everything that I mentioned already, is that it's actually very, very compact for the amount of cooking surface you get. So a lot of times you have these different machines and different griddles or electric grills and what have you that are really, really wide at the base because they're using a heating element that's inside of the base versus inside of the actual griddle pans. And you end up with this really, really big piece of, you know, plastic and metal on your countertop, and then a very, very small grilling area. With this, you don't have the same problem. So let me know if you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns. Like always, I will put a link down to this below. Again, it's the Cuisinart Elite Collection, Griddler Elite. The model number is GR300WS, I want to say, but I'll put a link down to it below just to be sure. And you know, if you have any other questions or anything, let me know. Oh, final thing, it actually has a little built-in timer too, and then it turns off. So if you want to set it and forget it, which I would really suggest you not doing, but still, you can actually do that too. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or concerns, and I'll talk to you very soon.